My adopted brother tried to fool everyone, but my billionaire family unmasked him. I'd spent my entire life trapped in this isolated corner of West Virginia. It was a constant uphill battle. My foster parents were indifferent, to say the least. They even refused to send me to school when I was old enough, and it took 2 years of the town's persistent nagging before I was finally allowed to step into a classroom. Everything changed 3 years ago when a flash flood unleashed a mudslide that tragically swept them away. I only survived because I was living in a school dorm at the time, but life only grew more challenging after that. I resigned myself to that dreary existence, believing I was destined to stay there forever. Yet it seemed fate had finally decided to throw me a bone. I was on my way out the door, headed for my dishwashing shift at the local diner, when a police cruiser pulled up in front of my dilapidated apartment building. Close behind, a sleek black Escalade followed. A middle-aged couple emerged from the luxury SUV. As my gaze met the man's face, my heart gave a sudden violent lurch. A state trooper approached holding a file. "Are you J.D. Vance?" he asked. I simply nodded. What happened next felt ripped straight from a daytime TV drama. My new father had his driver distribute thick envelopes of cash to the neighbors who'd offered me kindness over the years. After a few hurried goodbyes, I settled into the plush leather seats of the luxury SUV. "Your name is Ethan Donovan," my father began to explain as the car pulled away. "Back then, your mother and I were just starting our business, working tirelessly to get it off the ground. We left you with your sister. She's 6 years older but only 9 at the time. She got distracted playing. And all these years," he continued, his voice heavy with emotion, "we never not once stopped searching for you. So, my name was Ethan Donovan and I had a sister. What about my family?" I began to ask, unsure how to even phrase the question. "Your sister is Chloe Donovan, the actress," my mother interjected, her eyes alight. "She's filming in Europe right now. When we told her we'd found you, she broke down, insisted on stopping production, and flying back immediately. The earliest she can arrive is likely tomorrow," she added. "You also have a cousin living with us, a month younger than you." A cousin? A cold knot of dread formed in my stomach. Only days before, I'd overheard the diner staff gossiping about those trashy web dramas. The kind where a wealthy family locates their long-lost son, only because their adopted child needs a kidney. I instinctively touched my side. My birth parents couldn't be that cruel, could they? My father, unaware of my sudden unease, simply sighed. "Your aunt and her husband died years ago. A drunk driver. Your cousin was only 6 with no one to care for him. So, your mother and I took him in and he took our last name. His name is Caleb." I leaned back, my mind spinning. An adopted cousin. The true heir versus the replacement. The entire situation reeked of trouble. If this Caleb turned out to be decent, fine. But if he was anything like those conniving characters from web novels, the kind who'd usurped my life and intended to make my existence a living hell, I gritted my teeth. I wasn't some spineless protagonist who'd simply turn and walk away. What was mine, and I'd be damned if I let anyone push me around or make me feel insignificant ever again. In a single day, I had ridden in a luxury car, flown on a private jet, and now I was about to live in a mansion all for the first time. As the Escalade ascended the long winding driveway, my jaw dropped. It was a sprawling stone mansion, precisely the kind I'd only ever glimpsed in Architectural Digest. A massive fountain in the circular drive launched plumes of water skyward, shimmering with rainbow hues beneath the carefully placed landscape lights. "Ethan, this is our home," my mother said, squeezing my hand, her voice brimming with hope. As we approached the grand entrance,